It was in the longest days of midwinter that my frustrations peaked. I looked down at my scribbled notes and began to see patterns in the dreams I recorded there. A room devoid of color. Twisting paths through a shrouded wood. The sun, blotted out by countless moths chasing a distant flame. How long since I had first seen these things? Dashed my thoughts against them like a stubborn wave waging war against the sand. They were no clearer now than in those frenzied nights of first discovery. Had I been running in circles this whole time? Had everything been the byproduct of an idle mind and ample suggestion? Surely, if there were secrets to be found, I'd have found them, dedicating as I had nearly all of my fortune and reputation to the search. I packed away my manuscripts and piled the cracked tomes in a corner. I returned to the world I knew, enjoyed the holiday, met with old friends, and in time, I forgot. Then, one evening, my door burst out with an unexpected knocking. There stood a porter, his hand clutching a delicate letter clearly written by someone of means and taste. I pressed some coins into his palm as I took the note, ending our business and freeing him from my doorstep. Why I immediately retired to my study then, I know not. Perhaps my reading glasses were still there, or because the lamps shine just a bit brighter. Maybe. I already knew what I would find. Breaking the seal on the envelope, I withdrew a small sheet of thick, rich paper. On it, penned in a flowing script, was the message I think I expected from the moment I heard the knock at my door. Is this the end? Or just a new beginning? I'd love to follow your journey all the way to victory. I lowered the note slightly and let my eyes come to rest on the heap of books in the corner. A new beginning. A new journey. The letter fell from my hands as I scrambled to make room on my desk. Hey everybody, and welcome back for, surprise, more Cultist Simulator. Now, I set this down in the winter. I just had a lot of other games going on. I was kind of knee-deep in holiday stuff, but it is a game I've been meaning to get back to, and I got some comments in the YouTube videos asking if it was going to be something I ever got back to, asking if there were plans to beat it, and it got me thinking, like, oh, I bet you if I took another crack at Cultist Simulator, we could finally break through. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. Originally, my plan was to just kind of pick up where we were. I do love kind of how you create this tapestry of lineages that flow into one another. But when I first brought it up and booted it up and looked at it, several months away from a game board in Cultist Simulator, you really lose grip on what it is that you're doing. Not to mention the fact that with enough stumbling blocks and whatnot the first time I went through it, I think it would actually do me some good to kind of start over from scratch. So that's what we're going to do. I nuked the save file. They do built into Cultist Simulator. They give you the ability to just kind of wipe the slate clean. And so that's what we'll do, which means we're going to restart with the starting lineage or legacy. I don't remember what they call them, but that'll be the aspirant. The aspirant, alone in this chilly city with my useless education and my dreams. What now? Could I become something more? And we are going to go ahead and name our aspirant Aspartic. Shout out to Aspartic in the YouTube comments. Reminded me all about Cult Sim and really kind of got me back in the mood to play it. Another shift at the hospital. Another shift. Mopping the darkened hallways, delivering post to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. I'm gonna do my best to read everything. Sometimes I get anxious when a card expires, so I might skip some of it. But I'd love to kind of reintroduce myself to the game too, so I don't want to miss a ton. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I have lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest. And my health improves. Oh boy, those sound effects are loud. Hang on a tick. There we go. So this is a new opportunity to kind of decide how I want my board laid out. Verbs up top. I think this is kind of how I used to play it anyway. I looked back a little bit at the videos I had already recorded that were up on YouTube when I was answering comments. So I did kind of brush up on a couple of things here and there just as like a reminder of what was going on. Recall my dreams. Once again, I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world, the light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. While that's going, I would like to get some work going too. Back-breaking work for meager pay. Is this the best I can do? I don't remember if the aspirant winds up with another gig. I think not. I think you kind of have to forge your own path with the aspirant, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm gonna try and make these a little bit more digestible in length, just because some of those early Cultist Simulator videos were before I had really done any kind of practicing on editing. So now that I've got a little bit more of that under my belt, I'm gonna try and keep them to like 45 minutes or an hour. Recall my dreams. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dream? So we get our first passion. We get a contentment that really isn't going to do too much for us out of the gate here. Rest. Consider your priorities or risk yourself in exploration of the kingdoms of sleep. All right, so we got Dream up there. That's cool. You can just hang out, Dream. We did also unlock Study now. A change in the air. I need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset in my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There is a change in the air. I don't believe it's going to do me any good to dream with passion right out of the gate. Because I think we just risk... Wait, do we? Is it? I thought maybe I risk like fascination. I know this dream. A road crests a hilltop and the air is silver bright. The moonlit road. If I engage in an occult practice before I sleep, I might find the way to a deeper dream. Oh, right. Okay, so I can't do anything because I don't know any occult lore yet. That makes sense. Right now we're just dreaming. Dreaming about how we got laid off. These don't update midway, right? I've still not gotten over that. I'm always so particular about making sure that the spacings are correct. All right, so this is my least favorite thing in the game. This is the passage of time. So that's going to start sucking these funds away. So it's a good thing we already kind of got to work. The day is done, and so am I, but I've earned my pay. So as soon as this pops up again, 60 seconds it's down. I'd love to, because it's you study two of the like derivative things, and it'll generate an upgrade because we want more health. We want a lot of things. It's always really slow starting over from scratch. But man, if I had tried to just dive right in, would not have been good. A bequest arrives. A letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dream of, has named me in his will. I'll hear more soon. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so you get like the kickstart when you're the aspirant. I forgot that you get like, because there's not a lineage for you to hand something down to yourself as a player, you get this one from this unnamed NPC from the hospital. The crowds of sleep, rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Health is almost up again. We're gonna immediately throw that back into work. Dreams of doors. Tonight is the dream of the labyrinth of doors. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Oh, snap. Okay, it's a lot of funds. That's good. A bequest and reason. All right, so now we got our first reason. Bequest. A package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it using either passion or reason. Well, I guess we're using reason. I'll examine each item with meticulous care. So we get a little bit of a break. For whatever reason, I thought we were going to be cash strapped right from jump. I dreamt of opening doors, red doors and gold doors, and doors of glass and doors bound like books and railway carriage doors and castle gates. Behind one was the something I seek. I woke with the slamming of doors still in my ears. We get a restlessness for our troubles. I don't remember. A restless longing has me. I feel that I want to do something. What exactly? I think this turns into dread. So that's not ideal. Well, it's just one though. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal this early. Oh wait, I want to get my health running. How much time's left on this vitality? 1. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of this world. A new curiosity burns in me. There is a note here, directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. Okay, so we get direction to Moorlands, temptation, enlightenment. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to wisdom. This card will allow you to win an enlightenment victory. You upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance or change it. Aspect, the marks of light. I may seek immortality and enlightenment in the hour called the Watchman. His touch brings particular appetites and marks. Oh, this is just like our guiding principle, right? That's all that thing does? Notes on a possible collaborator. My correspondent had recorded his observations of me. He believed I had potential. He recorded his observations of someone else, too. With time and study, perhaps I can find that person. In our first lore. Okay. It has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. So a Watchman's secret is a level 2 lantern lore. Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. Thomas Brown. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and the light above it. Okay, so we're gonna study our directions to Moorlands. Cryptic directions to the obscure address of a certain Moorland, a dealer in the rarer sort of book. The directions to Moorland's shop are cryptic. When one deals in the kind of books my correspondent studied, one must be We've got our health going. don't know. Can dream with this. Oh, but that's to change it? You can like swap it? My God, it's so dense. It's so like information packed. I forget how completely foreign it feels when you're staring at your table. All right, so we have our moorlands, which also unlocks the explore verb. An ill-lit street at an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moreland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. All right, so now we can go to Morelands and start buying some books. Now that I've found a location, I can explore it. We have an occult scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in a rare wine. This is a detail from one of those histories. Exploring with this scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations within the capital. It's also a level 2 secret histories. History is the scar on the world's skin. Secret histories describe the unknown complexities of the world and its many pasts. I'm gonna hold off on the study of the note because I want to make sure that we can get that vitality in the study before it expires with the new vitality coming up. We did trigger a dread, so that's a bummer. What are you? The wrong kind of attention. The city is rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? I mean, what are you coming after me for? I got nothing going on so far. I know where a bookstore is. Is that an offense? I'm safe for now. The meddler's attention must be elsewhere. A relief. All right, we're gonna have just enough time to get this vitality cranked out. Same thing as before. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So now we can study with 2 vitality, yeah? Yes, exercise the body. I am abrim with vitality. If I devote some time to exercise, I'll benefit. Advancement, influence, and heart aspects. Oh, I didn't leave room for health. I was wondering why my spacing was so weird, and it's because I have so little statistics that putting one in play means that I leave a dormant spot. Man, you really do restart with nothing. Let's go grab a book from Morelands just to kind of get that rolling. It takes time to sort the gold from the dross, the wheat from the chaff, the blood from the water. If I buy enough books, I'll find something interesting. I gotta make liberal use of pause because I want to read everything, but if I let stuff go unchecked with the timers, I'm gonna absolutely spiral. I always do. Health is almost ready to go again. We're gonna have 2 health in a second. Nice. Got a free contentment. We love to see it. I found something noteworthy. An introduction to histories. The 17th century mystic and antiquarian Claude Hersault describes divergent incidents and 5 major histories. Okay, cool. So we got a book. Is this tied? It doesn't have a lore aspect. Okay. What did this say? Explore the city with health or followers, explore locations, or investigate the possibilities of lore. Exploration is often unpredictable. Oh, wait, and I can click. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we can. Oh, right, because this will let me find a place. I only have 2 lore right now, though. I don't know that I want to find a place and lose that. I've grown stronger. I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain next time. I have benefited from exercise. Use this with 2 lessons learned to gain more health. Ability. strength. I am strong by day as well as by night. This may allow you to perform better as a manual laborer or as a dancer. Brain or heart or hand or eye, most of us are born with most of them. Let's find our collaborator's name. I have a name, a description, a few tantalizing details, but there are 1,000 faces in this city. Go there. So now we can continue working with health. Great. Backbreaking work for meager pay. It's a living. And now that we have 2 health, we can keep work fairly busy. So let's go grab another book just so that we're continuing on that front as well. And then now that I have a lore, can't we dream using the lore? Yeah, the bleached way. I could sleep in a room without colors, bleach the sheets, whitewash the walls, dye my hair, and paint my skin. It's already running. Oh, right, because it's already okay, yeah. I forgot. Sometimes it's not like you have to kickstart them. It's just like you put a card in as like a byproduct. It's coming back. I watched a little bit of the old runs, just as a matter of being like, how do I even play this? Because I didn't want to play a ton to remind myself off stream or off recording, but I also didn't want to like come in completely lacking any remembrance. And now I have an address. I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. Okay, so we get some mystique. We have the talk verb. Means I want to make a little more. I guess these guys can get a little more snuggly. Snuggle up, friends. It's too snuggly. There we go. That should be good. I await an answer to a letter. All right, so that's going. What do we get here? The Burning of the Unburnt God, compiled by Hosti Tasman from oral traditions and rural Persia. Thanks, Hosti. Appreciate ya. We can do what? We can study study contentment. It might be possible with the right combination of influences to raise more power. Perhaps I can use my contentment to strengthen a positive influence. I must understand the influences at work if I have to strengthen or subvert them. Sweet goodness. And dread is what? Edge. All conquest occurs at the edge. One who dwells there is blind and cannot be wounded. Another is strong and grows stronger. Edge is the principle of battle and of struggle. Influence, an echo, a resonance, and alignment, something that will fade soon. This may cause despair. Okay, yeah, because dread, you can like get a game over. Like your brain just shuts down. We remember the dead until we forget them. Perhaps I can rest and recover, but I can study you? Same thing. I can upgrade it. Why would I upgrade dread? That makes no sense. Unless I can like overcome it, I suppose. That could be. Just bleeding my funds away. Man, those, maybe we'll stop spending money in New Orleans. That is not paying the bills. I'm barely breaking even because it takes like a full minute to do the work. And the time passing eats up a coin every time it runs. We do keep getting spit out vitalities though, which is kind of nice. The reply to your letter is courteous, if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name, intrigued enough to meet you. It's Porter, an acquaintance. Porter was a barber until the court case. Jesus, Porter. Maybe chill out, my guy. We can talk to him now. Together we might be more. Oh wait, no, hang on. I want to wait because I want to use. We got the Watchman's secret with this, so I think we're gonna found. I think that's to found the cult, if I remember right. Which, man alive, I can't tell you how many runs I've had where I just like forget how founding the cult works. Color exists only where there is light, and the wood is the place where light does not walk. In the dream, I close my eyes and walk, stumbling, bruising my feet and knees. At last, the undergrowth before me grows too thick to pass, and when I open my eyes, I am adrift among black trees. Shadows flutter. My feet will know the way back to this place. A buzzing in the brain. And wait. Oh, snap. Okay, so that already unlocked. Oh man, I did that way faster than I'm used to. Do I even have the things I need to do that? Weigh the wood will get us into the mantis. My passion's exhausted. What are you? These are like the disposable lures, right? A buzzing in the brain. Ingirum imus nocte et consumi snip, snip, snip. A second order influence apparent to the perceptive, instantly recognizable to an adept. This can be used in some rites to summon minions, and some minions will leave it lingering when they are destroyed. All right, that's beyond me. I have my Watchman's secret back though. So is that how this works? Yeah, found a mystical organization. Here is someone I might work with, a companion or a follower, but first I must give them something to follow. A society, a sodality, an order, a cult. I've had a couple runs where I just like do not know how to do this step. So in the aspirant start, they make it very, very easy. Choose founding principles, tradition and compulsion, old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. Establish the mirror of glory. I think this is like always my first cult, so they must just always give you lantern when you start a fresh game. An occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. That seems fitting to me. I have begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. You have begun to establish your cult. It will need a little more before you can recruit followers. All right, we did get a notoriety out of that though. Certain acts are not quickly forgotten. Reputation. Many fear their reputation. Few their conscience. And here's Porter. Nothing changed with Porter. So he's still an acquaintance. He's not in the... Well, I guess he can't be in the cult because we haven't formed a cult. That's still bacon in the oven. Oh my god, I'm not working. I have... The final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion. It is not enough to hope. I stand or fall on my deeds. Desires are often the means to winning a game. The desire for sensation or power or enlightenment will require great ritual, but there are other, even rarer desires, especially in the Ghoul, Priest, and Dancer expand. Okay, so that's... We have no need for that. What else did it show in here? Reason? That's to go get, like, the sucker's job. Oh. This and health. Arms of bronze. Is this what it... Use this with 2 lessons learnt to gain more health. I am strong by day as well as by night. This may allow you to perform better as a manual laborer. So if I work with this, I'm still using health, but I'm like leveraging how strong I've grown. I gotta do more clicking on card spots. I should be using all my verbs. This is what, like, I get so focused on individual things that I forget to keep all my stuff moving. Tasmane hypothesizes a pre-Zoroastrian fire deity whose rites were the rites of smiths. All right. Oh shit. My health is in use and we just got sick. A terrible clarity. Our purpose demands we recognize truths that chill the spirit. I must give of myself. I must give them reason. Okay. I can do that. This has me worried. Does that just outright eat it? I can't really afford that. And I can explore with you. Then I lose the lore. Well, Fearling. Graveyard mouth. Now that I have tasted the graveyard fruit, the hunger comes often to trouble me. My mouth waters at the fragrances of decay, and my belly growls like a dog. Reduce this by feeding on remnants. Do not ever permit it to reach 7. The game may end. Good gravy. What is that about? You know what? That's fine. I'm not... If we have our founding scrap, I'm comfortable with that, but we want to be able to put these verbs to use. There are places in the city where I can find extraordinary things if I can sift the clues out of history and rumor. So this turned into restlessness. That's not awesome. I don't remember. Let me get health sorted before I start trying to dream my way into the Mantis. A cult with one member is only an unusual habit. I must have a recruit. Welcome aboard, Porter. A cult with one member is an unusual habit. That's awesome. All right, so this fatigued my health. Yeah, I don't think this was really... Was that any... Oh, maybe it was shorter. It said I finished early. What do I do with these vitalities right now? We can study them when the book is done. I don't have another health to go back to work, unfortunately. Just hemorrhaging funds. Tasman ultimately concludes with apparent reluctance that the deity was a goddess. He suggests that its gender may have been the cause of its suppression. The rites described are often eerie, sometimes grisly. Oh, okay, so we got more lore. An ardent orison. When we watch a fire, what are we watching for? When we find it, these are the words it will speak. A word that sanctifies the change that comes when the seared skin heals. Oh, God, that's so intense. Rite of the Crucible Soul. This rite uses an instrument of power to set the blood afire. Fire is the lesion in the skin of the world. The assistant rarely survives unharmed. So study and talk are available. A trembling in the air. The sun flickers like a shadow. Dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. Fascination may provoke visions. We don't have any fascination on the board, so that's okay. This illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I am fully recovered. Cure your affliction with funds or vitality. Disease has left me weak. I need rest and nourishment if I am to recover. Dream on an affliction to transform it back into health before the card decays. Oh, right. Okay, so it doesn't eat it right away. I get a chance to fix it with medicine or vitality. Oh, but I want to study this. We'll get more as we work. I can't really afford to just throw the money away. All right, cool. So that'll heal up. So that's not as damning. And then we can study this. The prologue, I'm sorry, study Hersalt's Introduction to Histories. The prologue warns at length of the iniquities of one Julian Causally, a former colleague who Hersalt now describes darkly as a worm of worms. It seems Causally advised Hersalt early in the writing of the book, but Hersalt later became suspicious. That worm of worms. I'm on to you. Our rise begins. I have founded my cult. This is a step to greater power. Use your cult to recruit and promote followers. Talk with followers about your cult to send them out on cult business. All right, so Porter is a believer. He plies his razor and his scissors to the great advantage of his friends. He is a moth. I knew a man who captured moths in a bell jar. On nights like this, he would release them one by one to die in the candle. Moth is the wild and perilous principle of chaos and yearning. My reason is tapped out. We're gonna have to wait on that. We get our Watchman's secret back. Our temporary headquarters. Our business is private. We could use somewhere more secret. And then here's our cult. Yeah, Mirror of Glory. An occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. You can use cults with the talk verb to recruit or promote followers and to send them out on errands to gather resources. A believer can be promoted to a disciple. A few gifted disciples can be exalted even higher to seers. Cool, cool. All right, let's put yeah, put like my critical stuff up there. Starting to get a feel for how I want to lay this out. And then these guys have different, yeah, this is a level 4. Porter. I don't have any moth, so you can just chill over here for now. Awesome. Well, listen, I think with the Mirror of Glory properly founded, this is a good place to cut the first episode. I'm starting to remember it a little bit. I'm sure I'm gonna stumble as we go here because there's just so much to reabsorb about Cultist Simulator. But already it's digging its hooks back into me. The writing is so good, and just the way it kind of spits out these little tiny advancements, just little things here and there. I love it so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not already, make sure you click subscribe down below. Click the bell icon and you'll be alerted when new videos go live. I don't know how often I'm going to be playing Cultist Simulator. This is something that I kind of do in between days where I'm streaming and when I don't have a ton of school stuff piled up. But you'll see some more videos, I am sure, in short order. Down below, also keep an eye out for the links to my Twitch stream, ChrisVsBacklog over on Twitch. That's where I do most of my content creating. This is really kind of the only thing that I have currently that's done just for YouTube. So if you want to see me playing any new games live, check me out over there, twitch.tv/ChrisVsBacklog. And I will be back soon with some more Cultist Simulator. Until then, be good to each other, but be ruthless with those backlogs. Bye, everybody.